today's topic is fairly simple, but a tad bit complex, okay? Alright, it's a simple concept, but to act it out is pretty complex. To actually practice this on a regular basis is a lot more difficult than it is to actually say. Okay, so, do you forgive as often as you ask to be forgiven? Again, do you forgive more often or as often as you request to be forgiven? And the answer to that probably is no. 95% of people are going to say no, okay? Because every person in the world assumes they're 100% forgivable. Anything they do, you should get over it. Anything that happens, you should see them besides their faults, despite their faults, and look past that mistake and see their greatness and see the person they are. That's what everybody assumes. Okay? Until wrong is done to them, then it's you are wrong, I'm mad, and I don't want to forgive you. But when you make a mistake, it's I'm human, I make a mistake, you should forgive me. So again, this is why this is important. And every couple of months, every few weeks, you should ask yourself this and honestly answer this and reevaluate it. Do you forgive as often as you ask to be forgiven? I'm going to keep saying that because it's that simple, okay? So a lot of people are on their high horse and they think they're the best thing to walk this planet. The best thing ever. Meaning, you can't make a mistake. Not one. You mess up, end of the world, fuck you, that's it. Because that means you're a shitty person and you don't see their value. That makes no sense. People are imperfectly flawed. God made us to make mistakes. So if you're a God-fearing, seeking person, you understand the person you love is going to make mistakes. But love them in spite of their mistakes, not because of their mistakes. And that's where people get lost in the sauce. Like seriously, they assume they're 100% forgivable, but they don't have to forgive nobody. You ever meet that person who will cause an argument with you, all kinds of turmoil, never say I'm sorry, just expect you to move on. But the minute you fuck up, you gotta say I'm sorry, you gotta make it up, you gotta spend 10 minutes making them feel good. But when the shoes on the foot, it's, oh well, I said I'm sorry, and that's that. You ever met that kind of person? I bet you're thinking about that person right now. And I'm sorry if that person is your significant other. Because that relationship is toxic, it won't last very long. I don't care what you say. Unless you continue to push yourself to the side, how you feel to the side, and feel like shit. Okay? Because what it comes down to is, at the end of the day, that person is going to forgive you because they love you, despite your flaws. There's always going to be one person in a relationship who's going to forgive more and do more because they're in it for the right reason. They're focused and they see what's going on. That's 90% of the time. It's always going to be one person. Very few relationships and very few marriages where both parties are willing to forgive and forget and move on because the family is more important than my emotions. And that's where marriage, that's why marriage is no longer the same anymore. And it's not the same anymore because people don't understand marriage. They don't understand it's always emotions. I gotta feel good. Every decision gotta feel good to me. I gotta agree. No. If I told you to be married, sometimes you gotta go along with decisions you might not agree with, a lot of you would be like, nope, fuck that. Because you're selfish. It's all about you and how you feel. And if at any point you gotta put your feelings to the side for someone else, you ain't doing that. You just ain't doing that. You will not put how you feel to the side. You will not hold your tongue to make another person happy. And that's why you're always miserable. We don't compromise. But that's a different story. That's a whole different topic. We're not gonna even get there. But right now I want you to focus on not just relationships, friendships, most importantly your business relationships, your partnerships. Think about how many companies died because they had one disagreement they couldn't get over. And think about it, we can never name all the successful companies that could have been, but fell apart because people couldn't forgive, people couldn't move on, and people couldn't admit their faults. Okay? So it's not just relationships, it's not just relationships and friendships. It's partnerships and business is more important. Forgiveness is more important in business than it is in any relationship ever. Because if we're partners, which means I'm a CEO, you're a CEO. We're two strong-minded people. Very strong-minded people. That's why we're leaders. So of course, we will disagree. It should be expected. And if we don't disagree, somebody lying. Somebody being disloyal, and somebody ain't fully honest. Because it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you are, like things don't attract. Two things that are like don't attract, they repel each other. So both of y'all are headstrong entrepreneurs, y'all gonna repel each other. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't forgive, as much as you tend to be forgiven, because you're gonna say disrespectful stuff. I say disrespectful stuff. Listen, I'm a fucking boss, okay? And I'm a fucking boss. I run this shit, and sometimes I say shit I shouldn't say. Meaning, sometimes I'm not as compassionate as I should. Sometimes I'm not as nice as I should, because I'm the fucking boss. Well, even that, sometimes we gotta step back outside ourselves and be like, yo, even in my position, it's easier to win someone over with sugar than it is with salt. Okay? It's easier to get someone's attention with flowers than it is with fire. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. So the next time a relationship fails, or you're having turmoil, and you can't figure out why you can't get it right, look at yourself and ask yourself, do you forgive as often as you ask to be forgiven?